Senior writer Hunt Palmer here for BayouBengalsInsider.com and Louisiana Daily. It's Towson week here in Baton Rouge. I'll rattle off a few numbers for you here. At Kent State, loss 41-21. William & Mary, 20-17 win. St. Francis, 46-17 win. That's about all I'm going to tell you about Towson because, quite frankly, losing is not an option this week for LSU. So what does that mean for the Tigers? This is a week for them to work on some problems, some problems that LSU has been dealing with in the early going. They were exposed a little bit on Auburn, at Auburn in the offensive line. They didn't block very well. They had some trouble protecting Zach Mettenberger. They turned the ball over a couple of times and were not crisp in their first road game away from Tiger Stadium. So LSU's got to go back to the drawing board this week and work on some of the problems that they've been dealing with, because right now losing is not an option. They need to work on the left side of the offensive line, where Josh Jurasic struggled to block Corey Lemonier for the entire game. That struggled mightily, and Zach Mettenberger wasn't able to get comfortable in the pocket, wasn't able to throw the ball down the field. They also struggled at times to block Auburn, who has been gashed on the ground by just about everyone. LSU needs to go back to the drawing board, perhaps go through some one-on-ones, go ones versus ones, and see if they can't improve on the offensive front where they struggled a little bit on the Plains. They also need to look at the defensive secondary a little bit. Mike Eugene was very good blitzing in some roles there. He had a couple of sacks in the ball game. Thurald Simon was beaten a couple times. Auburn challenged Thurald Simon for the first time all year. Early in the ball game, they threw a deep ball that almost hit for a touchdown. They converted a big third down against the junior Tiger cornerback. He's got to step it up a little bit as LSU moves forward through a tough month of October. It's another week where LSU has a chance to get healthy, get focused, and come out with a big-time game against Towson. Put this game away early, get the starters on the bench, get some young guys in, and refocus heading to Florida. Well, they will certainly be challenged. That game is at 2:30 on CBS in a couple of weeks in the Swamp, and it is going to be electric. It's going to be just like the game against Auburn, but the game is going to be against better competition. So LSU's going to have to deal with some problems internally this week on the practice field, get out of the Towson game healthy, and head to Gainesville, where they will certainly be tested. For Louisiana Daily and BayouBengalsInsider.com, I'm Hunt Palmer.